Food is a universal language, connecting cultures, traditions, and people around the world. While we all have our favorite dishes and guilty pleasures, there's a world of surprising and fascinating facts lurking behind the foods we consume every day. From the history and origins of common ingredients to the quirky and sometimes bizarre eating habits of different cultures, these tidbits of knowledge can transform the way we view our meals. Dive into the delightful and often astonishing world of surprising food facts, and prepare to see your plate in a whole new light. Whether you're a culinary expert or a casual eater, these intriguing insights are sure to spice up your dining conversations, and deepen your appreciation for the diverse tapestry of global cuisine. Number 1. French fries are Belgium, not French. Contrary to popular belief, French fries didn't originate in France, but in Belgium. Their name, French fries, is actually a mistranslation of the original term, frites, which is what the Belgians call them. The Belgians claim that they invented French fries in the 17th century, when they started frying potatoes in order to make use of excess crop. This dish was originally known as
pommes frites,
French for fried potatoes. Later, when American soldiers came across this dish during World War I in Belgium, they mistakenly thought it was a French specialty. Number 2, the color orange is named after the fruit. Historically, the color orange did not have a specific name in many European languages. Before the introduction of the fruit, what we now call orange was often described using terms that related to red or yellow. The turning point came with the arrival of the orange fruit in Europe. Originating from Asia, the fruit was brought to Europe by traders and became widely known by the 14th century. The word orange itself is derived from the Sanskrit word naranga, which passed through Persian as narang and Arabic as naranj, before arriving in European languages. As the fruit became more common, the distinctive color of its peel provided a new, specific term for that hue. By the 16th century, the word orange was being used to describe the color in English. This timeline is essential in understanding that the fruit's name came first, influencing the term for the color rather than the other way around. Number 3, white chocolate is not chocolate. Is white chocolate really chocolate? The answer is no. Unlike traditional chocolate, which is made from cocoa solids, white chocolate is made primarily from cocoa butter, milk solids, and sugar. Cocoa butter, which is extracted from cocoa beans, gives white chocolate its creamy texture, but it doesn't contain any cocoa solids, the ingredient that gives darkened milk chocolate the chocolatey flavor. Because of this, white chocolate lacks the bitterness and the antioxidant-rich flavonoids found in dark chocolate. So, while white chocolate may be sweet and delicious, it isn't technically chocolate. Number 4, mushrooms are more closely related to humans than plants. For a long time, we grouped mushrooms with plants, simply because they both grow from the ground and stay rooted in one spot. But believe it or not, mushrooms are closer relatives to humans than they are to plants. Both mushrooms and humans are eukaryotes, meaning our cells have nuclei and complex organelles. When scientists looked at the DNA of mushrooms and compared it to that of plants and animals, they found that mushroom DNA is more like ours than that of any plant. This evolutionary kinship dates back about 1.5 billion years, when the common ancestor of fungi and animals split from the lineage that would become plants. This means we share a more recent common ancestor with mushrooms than plants do. So, while mushrooms may not have eyes, ears, or noses, and they certainly don't walk or talk, their biochemical and genetic makeup tells a story of a shared ancestry with humans. Number 5, Margherita pizza is named after a queen. The story behind this namesake pizza is both charming and illustrative of Italy's rich culinary heritage. The tale dates back to 1889, when Queen Margherita and King Umberto I were visiting Naples. During their visit, the Queen expressed a desire to try the local specialty, which was pizza, a popular dish among the common people, but not yet widely recognized in the upper echelons of society.
Raffaele Esposito,
a renowned pizza maker from Pizzeria Brandi, was summoned to create a variety of pizzas for the royal palace. Esposito crafted 3 different pizzas for the Queen, but it was the one with tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, and fresh basil that caught her fancy. This particular pizza not only delighted Queen Margherita with its flavor, but also symbolized the colors of the Italian flag. Red, tomatoes, white, mozzarella, and green, basil. In honor of her appreciation, Esposito named this creation Pizza Margherita. The gesture of naming the pizza after Queen Margherita was significant. It helped elevate the status of pizza from a simple, regional street food to a dish with national pride and broader appeal. The story of its royal connection adds a touch of historical romance to every bite, reminding us of a time when a queen's simple pleasure helped transform a humble dish into a global phenomenon. Number 6. Chocolate was once used as a currency in ancient Mexico. In ancient Mexico, before the arrival of the Spanish, chocolate was highly prized and even used as a form of currency. Known as cacao, the chocolate beans were grown, harvested, and processed by the Mayan and Aztec peoples. The cacao beans were so valuable that they were often used as money, with different amounts of cacao beans having different values. For example, a rabbit might cost 100 cacao beans, while a slave might cost 1,000. The Mayans and Aztecs considered chocolate to be a sacred food, and they used it in religious ceremonies and rituals. Cacao beans were also used in various beverages, including a bitter, spicy drink that was reserved for royalty and the elite. The first Europeans to encounter chocolate were Spanish conquistadors, who were amazed by the value placed on cacao beans, and the rich exotic taste of the chocolate drink. The Spanish were fascinated by chocolate and quickly brought it back to Europe, where it became a popular treat among the rich and powerful. Over time, chocolate became more widely available and affordable, and it was transformed into the sweet, creamy treat that we know and love today. Number 7. Cotton candy was invented by a dentist. Cotton candy, a staple treat at carnivals and fairs, has an ironic and somewhat surprising origin. The sugary confection, known for its airy texture and whimsical appearance, was co-created by Dr. William Morrison, a dentist from Nashville, Tennessee, and John C. Wharton, a confectioner in 1897. Dr. Morrison, despite his professional commitment to dental health, collaborated with Wharton to develop a machine that would revolutionize the way sugar was transformed into a delicate, web-like structure. They designed an electric machine that melted sugar and used centrifugal force to spin the liquid sugar through tiny holes, where it quickly solidified into thin threads of cotton once it hit the air. The resulting product was originally named Fairy Floss. The original Fairy Floss name eventually gave way to the term cotton candy in the United States, while other countries adopted different names. For instance, it is known as candy floss in the United Kingdom and Papa's beard in France. It remains a popular treat, delighting both children and adults with its sweet melt-in-the-mouth experience. The invention of cotton candy by a dentist serves as a curious footnote in the history of confectionery, illustrating that even those dedicated to fighting cavities can contribute to the world of sweets in unexpected ways. Number 8. The most stolen food in the world is cheese. Cheese, surprisingly, holds the title of the most stolen food item worldwide. This peculiar fact has been highlighted by various studies, including a notable one by the Center for Retail Research in 2011, which found that about 4% of all cheese is stolen from stores. This trend spans across different countries and types of cheese, pointing to a global phenomenon with intriguing underlying reasons. Firstly, the high demand for cheese plays a significant role. Cheese is a beloved food across many cultures, making it a staple in kitchens around the world. Its popularity, combined with its relatively high price, makes cheese an attractive item for thieves looking to either consume it themselves or sell it on the black market. Certain varieties, particularly specialty cheeses like Gouda, Brie, or blue cheese, can fetch a good price, further incentivizing theft. Another factor is the ease with which cheese can be stolen. Cheese is often sold in small, easy-to-conceal packages, which can be slipped into a bag or under clothing without much difficulty. Supermarkets and grocery stores, where cheese is commonly sold, are typically large and busy places where it's easier for someone to steal an item without being noticed. The fact that cheese, a seemingly everyday item, tops the list of stolen foods underscores its unique place in our culinary and cultural lives. Number 9. Imam Bayıldı. Imam Bayıldı is a classic Turkish dish made of eggplant stuffed with a mixture of onions, garlic, and tomatoes, all simmered in olive oil. The name, Imam Bayıldı, translates to, the Imam fainted, in English, and there are several colorful stories and theories about how this name came to be. One popular legend suggests that the name originated from the reaction of an imam, a Muslim religious leader, upon tasting the dish for the first time. According to this story, the imam was so overwhelmed by the deliciousness of the dish that he fainted. Another version of the story claims that the imam fainted not because of the taste, but due to the cost of the olive oil used in preparing the dish. In this tale, the imam's wife prepared the eggplants using an extravagant amount of olive oil, which was highly valuable. A third narrative suggests that the imam fainted because he ate so much of the dish, finding it irresistibly delicious, and ended up overeating to the point of losing consciousness. While these stories add a touch of folklore and humor to the dish's name, the true origin might be a blend of these tales, highlighting both the luxuriousness of olive oil in Ottoman cuisine and the rich, flavorful nature of the dish itself. Number 10. Apples are 25% air. This intriguing fact stems from the structure of the apple itself. The cells in an apple are structured in such a way that they contain air pockets, contributing to the fruit's buoyancy and texture. The presence of air in apples has practical implications, one of the most noticeable being their ability to float in water. This is often observed in the classic game of apple bobbing, where apples float on the surface of a tub of water, making them easier to catch with one's teeth. Moreover, the air content in apples affects their texture. The air pockets help give apples their crisp, juicy nature, which is highly valued in culinary contexts. When you bite into an apple, the sensation of crunchiness is partially due to these tiny air cells breaking apart. This not only provides a satisfying texture but also releases the aromatic compounds contained within the fruit, enhancing the overall eating experience. Overall, the fact that apples are 25% air is a remarkable aspect of their biology. This characteristic is a perfect example of how the intricate details of nature contribute to the qualities of the foods we enjoy. Thanks for watching, and eat well.